All right, here we go. Yes, we are in Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. I have been secretly playing this game. I got early access or a view copy for you guys. So, yeah, we're going to check it out. I can safely say that this is a visually stunning game. It also is a very familiar Ubisoft game in terms of how you approach gameplay, the gameplay loop. Clearing outposts. If you played a Far Cry game, then yes, the DNA of Far Cry is very much alive. Woo! In Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. But you know what? Far Cry actually does some good things, and this is legit a good game. It's not anything that's going to be like, whoa, this is mind-blowing in terms of actual gameplay mechanics, but what is here is very solid. For example, woo! I love it. It never gets old. That's one of my favorite things about this game is when you finally get your Ikran, your flying friend here, and the game can really start opening up. Now, the beginning of the game, the intro, is very much an intro. I'm telling you, it takes a couple hours for them to really flesh out the characters, the different tribes they introduce, and get you really into the basics of the gameplay. Then there is a sense of discovery within those first few hours. And as you can see, as you are exploring, you will run into enemies here. The humans. They're so evil. And they make you hate these guys, by the way. I freaking hate them. When you see what they do to the animal life, like, they aren't shy about showing what they actually do to the animal life in this game. They're brutal, man. But yeah, combat in this game is pretty good. Let me see if I can jump off the Ikran. You can just jump off like that. And I don't know if I have my explosive tip arrows. You can craft arrows and stuff, so you can go into your menu here and craft a bunch of stuff. But yeah, you have hunter bow. You also can use RDA weapons like machine guns. But what I really like about this game is it slows you down. Ooh, you can see how fragile you are as well in this game. So you got to be careful about that. My Ikran is over there. You can heal up by eating. And foods, they also give you buffs as well. That's actually only giving me energy. I'm not prepared for this battle. Grenade throwing, though, is so weird. You have to hold down X and then LB. I'm using an Xbox controller, but on console, grenade throwing, I wish they would have done that differently. That's one thing about the gameplay. But yeah, you can slide around. It feels very much like Far Cry, a good Far Cry game. Like, the controls are absolutely solid. There's no way around it. They feel great. Knock them down. But yeah, here's an example of what they do to the animal life. These SOBs. You are free. Go forth, explore the world. Then, of course, I will hunt you later. That's the funny thing about this game. That kind of cracks me up is they're like representing the cat blue people in Navi as kind of like this peaceful tribe, but like they also kind of encourage you to hunt animals to gather and improve gear and, you know, have these food buffs, as you can see right here. Where did all my food go? That's crazy. Anyway, we can call upon our flying friend. Where are you? Oh my god. But the animal life can also be deadly, as you can see. These guys are armored up. We're going to get out of here. No, I don't have the health for this. Okay, we're good. But man, flying around in this game is a ton of fun. Let me tell you what. And there are different day-night cycles, weather conditions. But this is really where a lot of the side activities take place, are these outposts. This outpost here, holy crap, actually has anti-air fire. And we cannot take on this outpost yet because we are under leveled. This thing is like level 20. So I do like this carrot stick type mentality when exploring the world, at least. Some of the outposts do get repetitive, don't get me wrong, but there are some cool rewards within those outposts, like RDA weapons, prestige versions of weapons. So yeah, there's some really cool stuff within those outposts, but it's like a tease, you know? I know I will be able to go back to this someday and take down this outpost, which I think is actually really, really cool. Oh yeah, so I did want to show you guys a little bit more in-depth of the actual RPG stuff. and the character menu here, you do have some skills, your skill tree. So you can, of course, acquire skills by progressing through the story, and then by exploring the open world, you'll find these flowers where you can unlock additional skills, which are ancestor skills. And those are actually pretty cool, like ripping a dude out of his mech suit, for example. If you stun him, you can rip him out of his mech suit. So I thought that was really cool. And then like some pretty neat traversal stuff here, which improves traversal and so on and so forth. But then you can also obtain, you know, stuff in the warrior path, survivor for health, hunter, maker, rider. So you can unlock the ability to do stunts, for example, for your aerial riding experience. Or if you want to go all in on your warrior, you can, you know, unlock extra ammo, grenade specialist, all that typical stuff that you would expect in a Far Cry game. So it's definitely very much the Far Cry DNA, of course. But the open world itself is absolutely stunning. Now, you'll notice here, within the character menu, yeah, you got a bunch of gear, and it does affect your stats, your health, and it gives you bonuses, elemental resistance here, for example, arm guard, and so on and so forth. And yes, it visually changes up the appearance of your dude. Or you can also be a female avatar. By the way, there is some customization in that regard, but I'm going to tell you it's very little. So don't expect full-blown like character customization where you can customize your eyes, you know, the eye color, whatever. It's very, very much a bare minimum here. And a lot of people probably wish this game was third person, simply because you can change the look of your outfit. That would have been very cool. But you do at least get to see third person perspective when you are on the Ikran here, as you can see. So there's that at the very least. And yeah, you can customize your Ikran as well. So there is that option in Avatar. But yeah, this game is just beautiful. I'm kind of getting caught up now in the actual visuals. When it starts raining, that's my favorite period. When it actually starts raining, as you can see right here. It is just stunning. Like, there's no way around it. If you're worried about this game being ugly, you have nothing to worry about. You can see what the RDA is actually doing to these lands. Like, there's these smaller outposts you could take down too. And yeah, you don't have to take it down solo. There is full-blown co-op in this game, which I initially did not know about. And then I kind of forgot about it. And once you get past the intro, which takes a few hours, co-op becomes fully readily available for you. You can do cooking stations together, take down outposts together. So I think this game is actually going to be a pretty fun, decent co-op game for sure. But yeah, let me go back to the menu here, because I also wanted to show you some of the stuff you can do with hunting. Hunting is also a pretty important part to the story. Hunting and gathering, I should say, because yeah, you'll want to track down certain fruits, plants, all sorts of stuff. And the way you do that is, you can, like, let me show you an example. I'm sure I can run into something very quickly by using my Navi vision, as you can see right here. And it lets you, gives you some details about some of the world, some of the plant life, gives you insight. And you'll want to actually know this because certain materials are very important for certain buffs, and cooking ingredients, when combining them together, will give you like resistances to, you know, RDA, or perhaps resistances to the actual animal life here, because yeah, you can kind of fine-tune it for each. And one of the reasons why you would want to have resistances for animal life, if you're wondering, it looks like, I believe there's like legendary predator type creatures that you can hunt. So here's an example. You go up here and you have to kind of be like gentle caress it, or you won't get the pristine version. So there we go, we got the pristine version, but we didn't meet the requirement of getting it during the rain, which would make it even a better version of that. So some plants, when you pick them, it's important to pick them during the nighttime, for example. Make sure you still get that pristine requirement as well. Like, let's take a look at what the conditions are for this one. Oh, okay, this one actually, you just grab it. So health pouch is full. There we go. Now we're getting some health stuff. Sweet. Yeah, as we continue exploring, you can see how you can actually run into some of these plants, and they'll give you a speed boost as well. And you'll run into random Navi. Like, these guys are everywhere. I wouldn't say, like, absolutely everywhere. But you can run into groups, talk to them. And this is something I really, really like.
to cook. Perhaps you will find this ingredient useful.
And they'll give you stuff. They'll give you like superior versions of ingredients and help you out. It goes to show like how, I guess you would say, like loving the Navi is. And I kind of really do like the approach to this game, how they're kind of really in tune with the movies. I myself, I'm a huge fan of the Avatar movies. I absolutely love them, and I cannot wait for the next one. So yeah. All right, so next up, we have, of course, your quest lines, and those are all kind of like, I don't want to spoil anything here, but you'll notice how they have, I wouldn't say level requirements. It's a very soft requirement or recommendation, I would call it. And you could be under-leveled, going in there under-leveled, which I actually recommend. By the way, I do recommend that because it makes it somewhat challenging. Or you could up the difficulty. Of course, there's difficulty settings in the game as well. But it's nice to note that you don't really have to worry about completing side quests. If you do want to stick to the main story arc, you can do that. Just know that you might be a little bit underpowered going into some of the story missions. So that's a bit of a warning there. But yeah, it's not like some of the Assassin's Creed games where they absolutely say, hey, you have to, no matter what, go do X, Y, and Z before you can go on the critical main path. I think Ubisoft learned from that mistake, and that mistake is not present in this game, so that's the good news. You can see how beautiful this world is, and yeah, mentioning the world, it's absolutely huge. It is huge. Let me tell you what, one of my favorite areas is actually over here. Let me see if I can find it for you. There is a beautiful location right here. I want to show you guys this. Let's fast travel on over here, and you guys can see an idea of loading times, that sort of thing. Now, I'm playing on PC. I have a pretty beastly PC, by the way. It is a 3080. It's not like 4080 top-of-the-line graphics card, but the processor on it is just really, really good. But look at this. This is stunning. You kind of see the various environments that you can experience here in Avatar. And if you're wondering, hey, is Jake Sully in this? Are we going to see characters from the, Hey, how's it going, guys? You see characters from the actual movie. You hear about them. You don't actually see them. This is on kind of like a different continent on Pandora. And it is just beautiful. Like, I could live here. This place only existed in real life. Now, I wanted to speak a little bit to the story. I don't ever like spoiling story stuff for you guys at all, so I'm going to be kind of generic here. However, that's kind of the story. It's kind of more of a generic story that you can expect from this one. I wouldn't like anticipate anything that's absolutely mind-blowing in terms of plot twists or whatever. You have the evil dude that's doing evil things in a revenge path, and that's what you can expect from the story. And I do kind of wish they would have slowed it down a little bit. That's my only complaint, so I can get to really know more of a core group of characters. This game constantly throws new characters in your face all the time, which is also kind of cool because you're constantly exploring the continent and experiencing new tribes, and there's this sense of migration as you go through the world. You're like trying to find your place, your purpose, and there's a whole reason for that. That's actually pretty interesting, but I don't want to get into it too much. Don't want to spoil stuff, but as you can see, this is one of the tribes on the open world, and there's several tribes that you will be communicating with, and some of them specialize in certain abilities, and they're known for certain things, and it's pretty cool. That's actually legit really, really cool. And I think, especially if you consider yourself a hardcore Avatar fan, yeah, this game's definitely going to be for you. You're going to love it. I am certain of that 100%. Yeah, look at this. Oh, I'm trying to find the horse thing for you guys. Where are you, my horse steed? Can I call it? I think you have to actually
far for her.
Comfort the horse. Soothe the horse, I should say. But let me see if I can find it real quick. Somewhere over here. But exploring the world is a lot of fun. I do wish that there was a bit more. Oh, there. Hey, I see you. I do wish that there was a bit more beyond just like outposts. There is, don't get me wrong, a lot of the side quests open up from the actual, gotta sneak up on these guys, from the tribes you meet. And then you could do stuff from there. So that's how you can kind of experience the world.
Easy there.
Come here, little fella.
Hey,
It's gonna be okay.
you're going to be okay.
It's gonna be okay, fella. Oh, yeah. But look at the detail. Like, you know? My steed. Alright. We are going to continue exploring. The open world is, as you can see, huge. So, yeah, you know, overall, I'm thoroughly impressed with Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. It does have that typical gameplay loop that you would expect, honestly, from a Far Cry game. And it does the actual gameplay mechanics very well. Now, it doesn't have as many weapons as Far Cry, but they do their Avatar thing here. They know that, you know, the bow and arrow is going to make you faster. It's going to have some really cool stuff with the multiple ammunition types. And it definitely has like an Avatar vibe to the Far Cry proceedings. And they do it well. Like Far Cry's mechanics, especially like Far Cry 5 for me is one of my favorites. Kind of reminds me more of those mechanics. It's smooth. It feels great. Oh, God. Yeah, if you're into Far Cry 5 or any of the Far Cry games, I think that this one's going to feel right at home for you. It's going to be like hopping back on a bike, but with an Avatar skin. But yeah, I would recommend it. Check it out if you're into Avatar. No! No! Oh, God, this is going so wrong. Oh, man. I screwed that one up. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned here for more Avatar Frontiers of Pandora and open world gaming goodness. I hope you guys enjoyed the more like live look at the game. I'm doing a little bit differently for reasons, but thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I will see you all next time. Take care.